Firstly, what is corruption? When we say corruption, it is a major problem to our country and our community. It's a word that conjures image of backroom deals, shady politicians, and aiming financial loss. But what if the root of corruptions lie not just in system and structure, but within the human mind itself? What if corruption is fueled by the very way we perceive ourselves and the world around us?
The psychological self is the unique way each of us understand our identity. Our values and our place in society is the lens through which we can make decisions, and it can be surprisingly vulnerable to rationalization and bases that lead to unethical behavior.
In this video, we'll explore the fascinating intersection of the psychological self and corruption. We'll delve into the psychological factors that contribute to corrupt behavior, examine real-world examples, and consider how understanding these factors can help us combat corruption more effectively. One of the key psychological drivers of corruption is cognitive dissonance. This is the mental discomfort we experience when our actions contradict our beliefs. To resolve this discomfort, we often rationalize our behavior, eliminating beliefs, bending the truth, or compromising our values.
A public official might accept a bribe but rationalize it by claiming that they are unpaid or that the money will be used to help their family. It allows them to maintain a positive self-image while engaging in corrupt behavior. Moral disengagement is another powerful psychological mechanism that allows individuals to justify an ethical action. It involves selectively disconnecting from our moral standard, making it easier to harm other violent ethical principles.
Mechanisms like diffusion of responsibility, dehumanization, and attribution of blame allows individuals to minimize their personal responsibility for corrupt action and to justify harming others. By understanding this mechanism, we can begin to identify and challenge them.
Power can have a corrupting influence on the psychological self. When individuals gain power, they may have become more self-centered, less empathetic, and more likely to take risks. This can lead to a sense of entitlement and willingness to abuse their power for personal gain.
Greed, the insatiable desire for wealth and possession, can also fuel corruption When individuals are driven by greed, they may be willing to compromise their value and engage in unethical behavior to accumulate more wealth.
FIFA's corruption scandals showed how greed and infected the world is. It infected the world's most favorite sports, football. Officials took bribes, rigid votes, and betrayed fans. Millions disappeared, and the beautiful game was stained by lies and broken trust.
Let's examine a few real-world examples of corruption and consider the psychological factors that may have contributed to them. In the Enron scandal, executives engaged in widespread accounting fraud to inflate the company's stock price, driven by greed and a desire for personal enrichment. In the FIFA corruption case, officials accepted bribes and kickbacks and engaged for awarding World Cup, hosting rights, abusing their power, and betraying in the trust of the public.
The psychological self is not inherently corrupt. We all have the capacity for both ethical and unethical behavior by understanding the psychological factors that contribute to corruption. We can take steps to protect ourselves and others from its harmful effects.
Promoting ethical leadership, fostering a culture of transparency and accountability, and educating individuals about the psychological biases that can lead to corruption are all essential steps in combating this pervasive problem. We must also be willing to challenge our own rationalizations and biases, and to hold ourselves and others to the highest ethical standards.
The fight against corruption is not just a legal or political battle. It's a psychological one. By understanding the inner workings of human mind, that we can create a more ethical and just that for all.